Well, the information that's come through doing a lot of research is about the lack of a prenup. That right there is such a questionable aspect of this. And why would someone who now is quoted as being worth around 400 million net worth, uh, they're a commodity. They are, an A-lister of probably the, what is it, like top 15 or so, at least, up there with John Travolta and Leonardo DiCaprio and all those huge names. Will Smith,
He's a pretty
Keanu,
incredible
Keanu Reeves is
actor.
also pretty big too. But
Yeah.
so Johnny Depp having failed to get the prenup, and I want to say one of the research that I did was just listen to the Joe Rogan show on that. He did a podcast, so you can see that video. Um, he's usually pretty much intelligent guy with using a lot of facts that that he talks about. I don't agree with all his pot smoking and everything because I think that it makes the mind kind of fried out in a way and all that. I'm not on pot. I might seem like it, I might look like it, but I'm not. However, he does put a lot of the facts together and does have a good logical way of thinking, and he made his comments to present this lack of a prenup. He said it was hilarious. He was talking about it through the Doug Stanhope uh, statements. You know, being a really good friend of Johnny Depp, Doug Stanhope, the comedian entertainer, was saying that this is a case of blackmail. This is because it was feared that it would happen. Um, how did Johnny Depp know and talk to his friends like Doug Stanhope and others that he is apprehensive? He's fearing that something like this would happen through her. Why did he get married to her then? Now, what I found out is that they didn't have just this 15-month thing. They had been dating and sleeping with each other most likely throughout an entire 3 years plus prior to the marriage. So the marriage lasted less than half the amount of time that they were already together. So you'd see this like three parts of the marriage, three parts of the relationship. The beginning phase, which is like honeymoon for like about a year and a half. Then a year and a half period, probably thinking about trying to get how do we get together, what do we do, and sorting things out or making arrangements of all the outside people. And we'll get into that in just a minute. Then a year and a half of the formal official marriage, and now the end of it, the collapse. And by the way, people are saying, they possibly get back together? Would Johnny Depp do that? I don't see that as happening. So the the middle part was where people started to find out, friends and other loved ones, family have to be sorted. The word is that the mother of Johnny Depp didn't like her, couldn't stand Amber Heard. Uh, what does that mean? And his other two kids couldn't really stomach her. What does that mean if it's true? It's not to be against her. This is very common in any kind of reassimilation. When someone moves on and gets married again, the other people aren't used to that because they already have it stuck in their mind, the woman or the partner before. So in Johnny Depp's case, having the two kids with the um, former wife, uh, Vanessa, and also the mother, his I guess his biological mother, they weren't used to Amber Heard. So if they didn't accept her, if they really couldn't stand her, that's not really against Amber Heard. Okay? That happens a lot. That's more on the other people for not accepting what Johnny Depp has decided to do, to move on and to replace the love interest, to take on the new relationship, the new marriage. And that would be really sad. That's something that probably would have stressed out Johnny Depp. I mean, because if you make a choice to be with somebody and nobody else accepts it, even your family, that makes it really difficult. If that was going on, he probably would take Amber Heard's side a lot more. Why did he do that, though? Is that real love? What I'm looking for is, how would a man who's had a long career, he knows what's up, he can't be stupid, and he's got good people on his team, financial advisors, managers, and that the sort, that would tell you, if you get married, you need to have a prenup. Whereas if he goes into it without that, you go under the general California law, because that's where it took place. They have jurisdiction. California says that in the case of a divorce being proceeded with, they will calculate the amount of money that is awarded to the partner who's poorer and who has called for the divorce. When they get granted that, they're going to get the more than half, or I guess someone said it was 60% calculation of whatever increased earnings that the couple had during the period that they're officially together. So in this case, we're talking about 15 months, how much money was made, and she's going to be entitled to more than half of that as her payout, or that's a divorce settlement. But that's not alimony. There's no child support. So
I'm more concerned with my life.
well, yeah, but I'm concerned. My life is about figuring these things out and to do a logical train of thought. I'm sorry, don't put it down in the middle of it. People want to know
But if
these
you didn't
things.
make money on your videos, would you still care
People,
to talk
whether
about
they
it?
watch it today while it's going on or they watch it 10 years later, people do want to find out what I think, because they're trying to know my train of thought. Like, is it legit or not? And I think I've made my point pretty clear. Oh, nipple slip.
I think you're allowed to, but I'm not.
Yes, that is a sexual
That's sexist.
sexism in the.
That's so wrong.
But it's no. But I think people, we're not
It's
doing
off
it.
topic though.
It's not exactly off topic, because one thing that we got needed to get into here, that's a really juicy part, and I hope you still stayed on. It's, oh my goodness, 8.5 minutes. Amber Heard has pretty much based her career on the fact that not only she's attractive, very popular that way with the men and the women, because she promotes the idea of bisexuality, the whole lifestyle of it. She claims to be very much a bisexual woman. In fact, I read her quote stating that she loves whoever she's going to love, whether it's a man or a woman. So that is a very bisexual attitude about life. And her previous relationship before she got involved with Johnny Depp was a woman, and that, what was her name?
These
Vanyasa?
days, because people
Visa?
transgender, I have no idea what are men and women anymore. Very confusing.
Okay, yeah. And I have a lot of friends who promote the transgender acceptance, and I'm not going to get into that controversy right here. I'm just into one controversy at a time, and that's about this whole relationship, the celeb relationship that's gone sour. But my friends who are want acceptance for transgender, it's because it's someone that their friends or family or whatever. And by the way, I also do know a few transgender individuals myself, Um, one in Miami, one in Asheville. I think you knew very well the one in Miami, who I don't even remember the male name, but their female name that they took on was Alethea.
Yeah, that was gross.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
No, I think it's
That's
silly.
their own
People
choice.
people make such a big deal out of when they see someone try to popularize some sort of lesbian behavior because it's nothing new. Women have been like even in the 1940s, women friends would slip away and lick each other's pussy or something like that in a little moment where they maybe had a little tipsy or something
And
like
you
that.
know about that.
And like when I was younger and even like around the time I had my first kid and I had a really good attractive best friend and we would go out some nights and we would end up doing a little something together in the back seat of a car or something. We went to a wedding one time and did that. And it was like it's not that big of a deal. And like people get all stupid like it's something new. It's been going on since the times of probably Roosevelt's or whoever else. It's
Oh,
like
don't drop that name now.
women
Don't do that.
But I'm just saying, like, it's nothing new. Like, women have been doing that forever. It's just some of us haven't, like, tried to use it as a way to, like, rise to the top in Hollywood.
I know you haven't.
But
Yeah,
I'm just saying, we could, though anybody could use that
you could.
card.
Now,
It's just
don't get
more
jealous here about Amber
popular. It's
Heard.
not that. I'm just think it's
She
funny.
has used her sex
I think
appeal
it's funny
and
that
the public.
people want to make
We're
such
not
a
supposed to
big
talk
deal
over each
out
other.
of it when it's not really a big deal. There's a million other actresses. Angelina Jolie is an amazing, real talented actress who actually had certain bisexual experiences. And,
I didn't know that.
yeah, and you can even see some of it in her film Gia, but,
Oh.
like, but that was how long ago? Like, how come no one still talks about that? Like, or maybe they do. Maybe I just brought it up and they will talk about it more.
Well, I think the reason why.
But this
I,
one woman didn't bring lesbianism out. Like,
no, what I mean is that it's more current. Amber Heard is a more current star. She's still young. She's still hot. She still has a lot of potential if she uses it the right way. And the point is that I didn't brush my hair. The
where are your
point.
teeth?
We live together.
And he ate hummus.
Oh.
All I'm saying.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh. That Middle Eastern food. So, here's the thing about the sexuality, just so we don't dwell on it for the whole video. This is what Amber Heard is about. And she wears those skimpy little red dresses, and she like slinks around, and you're thinking to yourself, was she sleeping with a woman before she came out to do this? And then you think about Johnny Depp. So my question is, why did he get together with her? Does he have wild three-ways? Do they get together? Does Johnny Depp go with his ex-wife now, but did he go with Amber and another girl that Amber brought along? I mean, was that the appeal, that he was so blinded by his lust that he would go into a marriage? Like, or was he completely coherent and said, yeah, I'm going to do this because I trust her on an emotional and mental level? If that's the case, then there's some substance to the quote that he says she is his soulmate. Are they still soulmates? And soulmates can fight against each other too. I mean, this is like a gargantuan brawl between two famous people and two that are very wealthy. But did you want to say something?
No, I just wonder why I'm in this video.
What? Why you're in the video?
Yeah.
Because you make it look good. Most people think that she's,
Supposed to make him look good.
better looking than me. So, and that's another thing. I brought that up because probably Johnny Depp, as he was getting into his 50s, like I am, I'm almost Johnny Depp's exact age. Thank you very much. And I don't use any dermal abrasion or fillers or nip and tuck, or no, this is the real face, it's organic and it's natural, and so is hers.
Yeah, I'd be weirded out if you came home and like looked any different.
I know, like some other people that we know.
Are
We're not
you
going to
an
mention any
android?
names of celebrities that you dabble with.
Um, no, I was
Hold
just,
on,
you know what you're
hold on.
making me think of?
Yeah.
You know how you're talking about, did she just roll out of bed with another woman? First of all, a lot of that is used in order. She probably was an exotic dancer at some point too. I'm just guessing.
We don't know
But
that.
a lot of that is used. Hello, as women, we will use that to tinker with you guys' minds to give us more money, to excite you, because
Exactly.
it's much more fun to roll around in the bed with your best friend and laugh and giggle and, you know, get a little
pocket the
high,
money.
you know, with your best friend and do that and pocket the money and then go shopping together later. Then, yeah, I was young once too.
But that's porn. That's porn.
And
That's the sex industry.
yeah, because it makes it much
That's
more
not exactly. That's
doable
a side
to do what
show.
you're doing. But I'm gonna guess that, I mean, Johnny Depp is a very attractive man, so I don't think she really needed another woman to make it that exciting. But I'm gonna guess, you know, they probably did party together like that, because imagine, like, when you found me, you were married with a woman that,
I was separated.
well, separated,
And
but
she left
also,
me.
and then
She
I
left
go,
me.
wait a minute, no, you guys still love each other. We should all three be together. And there's footage of us being
Oh,
together.
that's well documented.
You know?
My regular viewers know all about that. But here's
It's
the
very
thing, just
normal these days, is what I'm saying.
no, it's
like,
not that it's normal.
we had a very
In the case
normal
here, in the case of this,
situation.
that might have been tried by Johnny Depp, because Vanessa and he were still in the process of settling. They made a nice settlement. Vanessa got about $120 million in that deal, to support what Johnny Depp calls the kiddies. So he says the kiddies always come first. He cares a lot about his two children.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah, and so
That's respectful.
that a lot of publicity has been made about that, of him as a father. And
can I say something?
no.
If you're
I'm
a
just trying
woman
to
that
wrap up.
interferes with the fact that his money should go to his children, you're a dumb bitch, and you need to basically move out of
Don't
the
say
way.
that word.
Because you know what? That's selfish. You're a grown woman with no kids. Guess what? You can go out and figure out how to earn your own living. But when you're a mother that's given life and made children with this man, you're the one that deserves to be pampered.
Wait a second.
The children deserve to be pampered.
Hold on a second.
Not
There
the
was no
idiot.
reason to say that, because I already said that the children had a settlement even before he got married to Amber Heard. And Johnny Depp and Vanessa had made these kids are spoiled as far as I'm concerned. So don't be saying things about who the children have to be concerned. We have
Children
to be,
deserve
they got
everything.
120 million. They're growing up wealthy and
They
did nothing
deserve
to deserve it
everything.
except for karma and
ever
biology. Hold on a second. Hold on.
stand between a
That
person
is
and
not
kids.
that's not contention here. Amber and Johnny Depp did not have any children. Amber Heard, Amber Depp. Amber Heard did not give birth to any child out of this marriage. That's already known. Whether or not she got abortions, that's not known.
She might be infertile.
So she's only looking for the money to take care of herself. But I will say this. We don't know.
Speaking of children, do you hear that in the background?
We don't know that about the domestic abuse. He could have done all that. And the reason why I'm saying this,
No.
I don't know about an ongoing abuse, many beatings.
He's too pretty to have done that. What?
No, she's too good looking
He's
and
better
too
looking
cute.
than her.
She's too nice of a person to
No,
allow
he's
her
so
to be
sweet.
beaten. I can
And he
understand
was
with some people that
so
are very
nice.
mean and bring on a fight. They should
He's
be beaten
nice,
and
person.
understand that they caused it. But she doesn't seem to be the person that
No,
she
you
should,
know what
should
I
be
think?
beaten up. Now hold on,
I
let me
think
finish.
she flipped out
Let me
and beat
fin-
herself up.
No, let me
She
finish
looks
this.
like a
Amber
psychopath,
Amber
Rogan.
looks like really sweet
She's
kind of
a
person.
psychopath.
And she seems to be very honest. I saw her on
Oh
Jimmie
my
Kimmel
God.
and David Letterman and a few
You've
other
been
straight up interviews.
brainwashed.
Now hold on a second. I just want to say that I don't know about, there's not a lot of proof or a lot of information that you can get about the previous 15 months. But what happens is April going into May is when Johnny Depp's mother became ill. Well, I don't know when that actually happened. There was an illness and she was hospitalized. And some information says that Amber Heard was right by her side and helping out in the hospital. I don't know how many days she did this vigil or, give this kind of assistance to Johnny Depp's mother. But Amber Heard happened to uh, do the divorce 2 days after the mother died. Now, why would she do it after? Well, it seems to me that it would be worse for a person to do a divorce before the mother's going to die. She waited, so I think she was doing that politely. She waited 2 days, and then she made the allegations of domestic abuse that happened right after the death. So Johnny Depp could have been very emotionally stressed and turned to drinking, relapse, and if he did, he could have then done the violence because he was out of control and he was grieving. So in a way, he has an excuse, and in that sense, I'm saying it's believable now that Amber Heard's story does float. And people shouldn't be saying that she's all completely a liar. Maybe they're jealous of her and her good looks and stuff. Say that? Say that?
No, it's just a lot of things are saying that she was like had a bipolar type personality. And the whole psychic download that I got was that she was freaking out over him having to be away. And I truly do believe when the people came in, he wasn't anywhere near her. And I think that what I'm psychically seeing is that she beat herself up because there's no bruises, there's no busted lip, there's nothing. It looks like she just whacked herself.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean she could have had a worse condition, but they just didn't happen to get a photo of it.
Magazine. I mean, I've known people that have been thrown out of cars and the crazy things that have happened, and they're like way busted up, and they don't go on the front of People magazine. But I think that she did that, and it was like barely anything on her face.
Well, maybe someone would do. Maybe somebody would do. Amber did that because she felt people would care, so she wanted to show them to give them that chance to get involved.
When you saw her, I just remember the negative things that you said the first time you saw the pictures.
It didn't seem that bad.
Yeah, and you were calling her terrible names, and like.
No, but after I listened to her a little bit and I researched it, I gained a more
you became brainwashed by what she wants. She's a type of person that brainwashes people.
Well, I don't think that I've said anything that means that I'm brainwashed. I think that I just opened this up to like the real factual basis of everything that's going on. I think that there was some kind of domestic violence.
I think she's the one that's doing the cocaine and, if anything, putting it in front of him.
When it comes to the sex, drugs, and rock and roll, I think that they probably are doing drugs, and that's not to say that even people that are not famous.
I know her type of woman, and when at that age, the way that she's acting, she's not sound-minded. She's going out and she's having tantrums and freakouts, and people have seen her freaking out and and seen her starting fights with him. How do you know she wasn't beating him up?
She started a fight with him. Well, it could have been a dysfunctional relationship where they both
Some women are
started
seekers of fights. Some women will sit there and seek to fight with the guy continuously.
I don't know if she has a history of doing that.
We had to deal with a woman like that.
All I'm saying is that she's a woman and that she's come out as being bisexual, and she might be more familiar with dealing with other women and not men, and it might have been a lot to handle, so especially with all the stress of his mother dying.
Maybe they just both need therapy.
There's a lot of hidden things there that have not been talked about yet. They haven't come to light. So there's probably going to be more revelations. And I've said pretty much everything that I know about this right now and how the complexity of it has to be
I hope you make a lot of money on this, honey. You wasted a lot of time on it.
This is 25 minutes video, and
Yeah.
I'll probably write about it in my analysis of the pop culture.
Mm.
Yeah, it'll probably be included in that. So what she said there was like kind of like a weird thing. When the last video she did said that she enjoys just being more spiritual and not being taken over by money. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm doing this so people can understand where I'm coming from better. I'm doing this so people will learn how to look at things from a knowledgeable perspective and apply wisdom to things and not just believe whatever the media tells you or believe whatever ignorant people tell you. I am actually promoting the ability of thinking.
Yeah, you talk about the fact that you kill people, though, and that you put people...
What?
Yes, you've told
What?
me that you secretly have killed people.
What?
This is where I hide my dead
What
bodies.
does this have to do with the
This
video?
is like, because when you
Did
first
Amber
saw all
Heard
this...
accuse someone of killing
No,
people?
but you said that you wanted to kill her in the very beginning when you first read about it. You're like, that dumb lying bitch, I'm gonna kill her. And I'm like...
She's taking words out of my mouth
no,
or something, or
that's
just
what
making
you
things
said.
up. Oh,
That's
sorry.
what you said.
Sorry, everybody. If you watch this long, though,
That's
you
what
can
you
figure out that
said.
she's
That's what
a
you
little bit
said.
resentful of something. Are you jealous?
Honey, I don't need dermal fillers, hair extensions, hair bleach.
I know
a
you
boob
don't. That's why
job,
I'm with you, and I'm not with Amber Heard.
And I'm not a fake lesbian.
I mean, that's
to get
obvious. See who I'm
to
in
be
bed
an
with?
attention whore.
I'm
And Johnny
with,
Depp, if you're watching this, I'm totally available.
Well, folks, you heard it here first, but I didn't say to Amber Heard that I was available. I actually told her that I wasn't interested.
No,
so
he said
guess
that
who's not mature?
He wanted to...
No, that